welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hey, my name is Taylor. I'm a personal trainer in Dallas, and I just spent the last 2 weeks in Europe. Uploaded 3 videos to my channel, and the first video was the first country that we visited, which was Switzerland. And then for the second and third video, we spent 2 nights and visited 2 cities in France. So go check those out after this one if you haven't. It was the best birthday present and birthday surprise that I could have ever wished for, and I'm so glad and grateful for being able to have this opportunity. The first city and our first stop from France was to get to Torino or Turin, Italy. The views, to be honest with you, on the way to Turin from Evian were gorgeous. We saw tons of castles. The mountains are gorgeous. Just everything is just so different from where we live, and it was a really, really nice drive to experience. We left Evian super early in the morning after packing up and eating breakfast at the hotel, and it took about 2.5 hours to get from Evian to Turin, which wasn't bad at all. And like I said, the views were incredible, so there was no complaining whatsoever. And our car was really cool. I mentioned in the first video that we were able to rent an Alfa Romero, which was insane. If you haven't driven one and you get the chance, I highly recommend it because that car is fast. The roads are very, very, very windy. You're right. They're very, very windy. If you get motion sick like me, you would be feeling pretty sick right now. We just left the gas station in, I don't know what town we're in, but we okay, so we probably crossed the Italian border like 30 minutes ago. We walked into this gas station and everyone is having espresso, and they're just chilling at the gas station drinking espresso out of porcelain mugs. We don't do that in the States. We just kind of grab our coffee and go. So that's a little different. It was cool to see. Out of all the hotels that we stayed at throughout this trip and all of the places that we were able to visit, Turin was actually beautiful, and I think the hotel was really cool. But Turin in general, the views, the sunsets, the sunrises, just everything, the history that this town has is incredible. The food, we'll get to the food. So, so, so good. Let's talk about the hotel first. All right, we just made it to Turin, and I'm going to give you a room tour. Here is the door. Here is the view when you walk in. To the right, you have a sliding door that leads you to a good sized bathroom. And you've got Sean's favorite part of the hotel room. You've got your toilet, your sink, a mirror that no one likes because it shows everything, a big mirror that's beautiful, and then this is one of the coolest showers that I've seen. It goes actually super far, and instead of the faucet being on the wall, it's right in the middle of this pole, in the middle of the shower, so that's really cool. And what, oh, wait, this is a warmer. This is a towel warmer. And then you're gonna come out here. Here is a very long floor to ceiling mirror. Come out here and the mini bar, and Sean said that anything that's in here we can take and they will replenish it for free. Ooh, what is this? Green juice? And they gave us these, which we've never had before. And then some potato chips. You've got your coffee, your tea, everything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and close that. A side table, a big bed. I actually wore my robe in Evian, France, and the hotel gave us two, but I don't even think you wore your robe, huh? I wore mine though, not the slippers. But they give you these slippers, and we do have a confession. We did take them from the Ronda Hotel in Spain in 2019. So here is our bed and a little desk with a super sweet note that they wrote us, some cookies, bottled water, and here's our view. Oh, they brought us another robe. The coolest part about staying at this hotel was the fact that you could have access to the top floor, which used to be the Fiat test track. And let me tell you, it was the coolest thing ever.
That's the old Fiat factory and the test track.
Oh, this is?
Yeah, so that was the old Fiat factory.
Wow.
That they repurposed. And on top of there, like, see how it's banked? That's a banked turn. And they used to test it.
Can we go up there?
I think so.
So stay tuned because we will explore this hotel for sure. Like Sean just said, that used to be a Fiat factory and then it was repurposed into a hotel, but they left the track on top of the roof of the hotel, and then they also have a Fiat museum. So we're gonna take you there, and we're actually really excited because that was one of the things that we really wanted to see when we were here. But there is the gym. So there is no reason that we cannot go to the gym while we're here and work off some of this pasta. All right, so we had to have this special key and ask about 4 people to help us, but we finally got here. Oh my goodness. How beautiful is this? The view was beautiful. The view was like none other. It looked like cotton candy. It was gorgeous. The sunset was gorgeous. And we actually lucked out with the timing going up and seeing the test track, because at one point it was just my husband and I, no one else, and it was just us on a rooftop. It was definitely something that we're gonna remember forever. This hotel also has a museum that has some Picasso paintings and some really beautiful art. And if you ever stay at this specific hotel, then I highly recommend checking out the entire property. After exploring a little bit of Turin near the hotel, we weren't really sure where to eat. And so we asked the receptionist where she would go and if there was anything that she would suggest that was super authentic. And she said that across the street there was a place called Italy, which actually looked like a grocery store, but then on one side it had a fish and meat and cheese restaurant, and then on the other it had pizza and pasta. And let me tell you, this pizza and pasta, I'm hungry thinking about it. I ended up having spaghetti and Sean had a pizza, and it was really different to see how Italians eat. They eat very properly, they eat very slow, and Americans, we tend to eat pizza and hamburgers and everything with our hands. And when we got to Italy and we were the only Americans there, and we looked around and saw that no one was eating with their hands. Everyone was just taking it super slow, using a fork and knife to eat their pizza. It was a culture shock for sure, and we didn't want to be stared at more than we were already getting stared at, because you could tell we were American. We decided to hop on the bandwagon and use our fork and knife, which takes a very, very, very long time for an inexperienced pizza eater to eat pizza with a fork and knife. We just finished eating. We are walking through the Italian streets of Turin.
Torino.
And there was this one guy that was eating next to us, and
If he's watching this.
Yeah, if you're watching this, you need to be more accepting of people exploring your country. You don't need to look at us and look disgusted and roll your eyes at us, because we are not Italian and we're Americans. This guy was appalled.
With our hands.
Yes, this guy was appalled by us. But to turn our day around, we've got this awesome chocolate. This girl, she was giving out chocolate samples and no one was coming by for like a long time. Even before we sat down, we saw she was trying to get people to try her chocolate. Nobody was trying it. And we finally got done eating, tried it, bought some. She was so sweet. So we're gonna eat that. We got this whole liter of wine for what, like $3? Like what it comes down to.
€2.50, yeah.
Sean is carrying around a satchel, a purse really, which he justifies as a what? As a what?
European shoulder bag. It's from a commercial, I think, a long time ago.
Okay, but you gotta show the people. This is actually an anti-theft bag.
Nobody's stealing nothing from this.
You look so tough. We are gonna try these and let you know what we think. From first sniff, they don't smell like anything. Cheers. Are we supposed to eat these? The next morning, we did have a really, really yummy breakfast at the hotel, and we ended up being able to get out of the hotel early and get into our car and start exploring Turin. If you're not from Turin or you're not from Italy, you probably drive a little bit differently than they do there. And we just found subtle differences. Like Europe in general uses a lot of roundabouts. And in America, we don't have a lot of roundabouts unless they're in communities. In Turin, you have to get into the right-hand lane to turn left, which was really, really different and stressful and anxiety-filled. And we also found that people just kind of park wherever they want. Maybe that's just how it is there, and we are not here to judge. Good morning. It is about day 5 since this hair has seen any kind of water, shampoo, or conditioner. So when in doubt,
braid it out.
So this is what we're looking like today. This is the current status of our vehicle. But we are going to take you through Turin today. It's going to be super exciting, super fun. We're going to go see a lot of historical sites, it sounds like. And side note, we've met mostly Canadians. We haven't really ran into anybody from America, but definitely a lot of Canadians like to come to Europe, so that's pretty cool. Once we found parking, we were able to catch the 11 a.m. tram up to the Basilica of Superga, and it was beautiful, y'all. Like, this was gorgeous. The pictures online do not give this church justice. This church was magnificent. It was so clean and beautiful, and it had so much culture, and it just was breathtaking. There was actually a soccer team that passed away years ago, and there was a tribute to the soccer team on the wall along with everyone that was in the plane, and so that was really humbling to see. And if you're ever in Turin, this is something that I would highly recommend you do. And to the left, we have the local landscaper. He's just trimming some trees and crunching on leaves. everything is uphill. And these pathways are giving my endurance, my stamina, and my heart a run for their money. We did want to see where all the action was and kind of see the downtown center that they had. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's pretty cold in Italy. We keep missing the time frames of lunch, and so a lot of these cafes and restaurants and stuff, they're already closed. So I don't know why we put ourselves in this situation, but we're gonna find stuff. We're not gonna give up hope. We ended up at a cute little local cafe. After we ate, the cashier was super sweet, and he actually kind of escorted us in a way to specific little buildings, and he pointed them out of where we should go and what we should see. And so I really thank him for that, because he didn't have to do that. He was leaving his shift and he just wanted us to experience what Turin had to offer. So that was really nice. So that all the way up there was where we just were. Insane. But look at this camera zoom. Problem in Spain and London when we traveled there last year, but I know in Europe it's very hard to find public bathrooms, and so you either have to go into a cafe and pay for something, so you're a paying guest or a paying customer, and then you can use their bathroom. And sometimes you have people like me who have very small bladders, and I have to go to the bathroom all the time. Luckily, we were able to find a cafe that looked super cute. It almost looked like a Cupid's paradise. Everything was just pink and cute. It was time for me to find the bathroom. It was kind of in the basement, so everyone's kind of walking down the stairs, going to the bathroom, walking back up. Everything is fine. No one's making a big deal, okay? So I'm just not expecting anything. When I get to the restroom and open up the door, the toilet is in the ground. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I thought that I'd walked into a bathroom that wasn't finished yet, or walked into the men's bathroom or something, and it was an experience, and you're gonna remember it. After leaving that cafe, we ended up exploring a little bit, and we did do a little bit of shopping. We got some things for family. Once we got done shopping, we got back in the car, drove around Turin for just a little bit more, just to make sure that we didn't miss anything. And then we found ourselves back at Italy to order some pizza, which I'm very glad we went, because our second experience at Italy was much better than our first. The food was great, everything was great. It was just a different crowd. I would recommend Turin 10 out of 10 to everyone. I'm telling you, the views are beautiful. The history in this city is gorgeous. There will be some really beautiful and really nice people that you will encounter. So I know that you'll have a great time if you go. Again, get on the tram, experience the churches, and walk around, because you are going to see beautiful, beautiful architecture. And I hope that you had just as much fun watching this video as I had making it and filming it and documenting everything. I hope that you stick around, and I hope that you like this video and subscribe, because the next time that you will see me will be in Milan, Italy. Bye!